Okay. Yeah. Here we are. Here we are. Oh my goodness.
Who would have thought?
God would have thought. Because he thunk it and he did it. So,
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Unemployed Sisters Pod.
mm,
And how we got here, we're going to tell you. In this episode, we got fired.
we did. Back to back.
Like,
Unplanned. We don't work at the same place.
no, 2 different fields, less than 48 hours.
Yeah.
It was like a bang, bang, a Wednesday and a Friday.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Same week.
And the thing is, I was blindsided, had no idea it was happening. None, no inkling, no meetings, no performance meetings, no nothing. It was just like, yeah. And by the way, this is your last day. Go ahead and go get your things and turn in your badge. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is for real. So,
Nice. But you had a feeling though. Like you had a slight feeling, like you knew a little bit, but you didn't know it was gonna be that soon.
Well, I knew that I wasn't gonna be there because God had already gave me that. It's like, yeah, this is it for you, but I didn't know that it was gonna be at the end of June. No type of plan, nothing. It was just like, yeah, this is it for you.
Yeah.
So what I was doing, my job, I was a social media manager at a company, and I got the job because I have lots of experience with social media because I have a organization that I organize. And so, I thought everything was going well. Never had the inclination that, I loved it. But backstory, I got this job because I was pushed out of teaching. So I'm a hard head. Let's just start there. So I was a teacher for
5 days, and years, and
forever, knowing it wasn't supposed to be forever. Went into education, been in it for like over 15 years, maybe. Started teaching at this school. I was there for about 5.5 years. And the reason why I know I wasn't supposed to be at that job, it was everything so hard. So when you're not supposed to be in a space and God doesn't want you in a space anymore, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. No matter how good you are, no matter how good of a person, no matter how good of a job you do, when he don't want you there,
he's going to make it extremely uncomfortable.
It's going to be so uncomfortable, but we're so hard-headed because, for speaking for myself, your faith. Where's your faith? Where's your faith that when you leave this place, you know that God is going to provide, He's going to take care of you, because obviously we're single women out here and we got to pay our own bills.
Yeah.
And so you're thinking, that's your first thing in your mind, like, how am I gonna pay my rent? How am I gonna do this and that? Like, light bill, gas, food. And God is like, are you God of all or am I? So I got pushed out of teaching in May of 2024. Hard head, tried to go back into the classroom after he pushed me out because of what? Give little faith. And that's just what it is. And I wrap this up real quick. A lot of spiritual things, now that I'm looking back with different eyes, started happening to me to where it made me so sick that I couldn't teach anymore, and I had to leave my job November of 2024, being a second grade teacher. And then for 3 months I just did not have anything. I was living on a prayer. I was, my friends, my community, literally God sent people to help me get through those 3 months. And so God is like, if I can get you through this, you're what do you expect? If you start to do what I told you to do what I told you to do, you'll be fine. But it's us who's like, it's not making no money, and it ain't got no money in it right now, and I need the money now. And so I got another job. It was gonna start out in the classroom, but then God allowed this to happen, because God was allowed things to happen to show you it ain't it. He allowed me to get this social media job, because it's already something that I'm supposed to be stepping into, doing leadership roles that I'm trying to hire from. That's another story for another day. And I was allowed to get the job. I was on there for 5 months, and now I'm unemployed again. So within an 8-month span, I had a job, didn't have a job. God got me through. Got another job, wasn't supposed to. He allowed it to happen. And now he's like, "What? So are you gonna do what I told you to do or not?"
Come on.
Because I don't want to. Because it's gonna keep getting worse if you don't listen. And so now at this point, I'm like, God, I trust you. That's all I got.
Don't have a choice. There's no choice in it.
That's all I got. I'm gonna let you talk, girl, because
No,
girl.
No, yeah. I mean, again, I'm unemployed as well.
Yeah.
Literally happened. She lost her job Wednesday. This was a week ago. I lost my job that following Friday. I knew that I wasn't supposed to stay at the company I was at no more than 2 years because that's what God told me. But again, that fear comes in. You start thinking about, oh, rent is high, food, some of the wants that you want, you can't, you might not be able to pay for anymore, thinking about all that stuff. And for me, it's like I kind of know better. So for me to go back into that posture is kind of like, okay, Relisha, like we've been here before. Like, you know how to be broke. You know that God provides, So why are you going back into that mindset? Fear. I'm human, But yeah, I was an academic counselor at the company that I was working at. And let's just say, had some okay times there, but they were not the best 2 years. And so that had been a prayer of mine. Like, I'm like, Lord, I know I'm not going to stay here, but also a prayer was, I know that this is going to be my last job. Like, after this, Lord, whenever you say my time is up here, and this is before he confirmed the 2 years, after you say my time is up here, I'm not trying to work for anybody else. So it's go time. But then when he kind of pushes you and he's like, okay, you told me this, so this is what we're going to do. I was like, dang. Like, I knew it was 2 years, but I didn't know I was going to be fired. Let's start there. I didn't know that this little whatever formulation that they were, it was something. I think it was a little bit of conspiracy anyway. That's neither here nor there. I didn't know that it was going to happen that the way it happened, but it didn't take me completely by surprise because God had already said, hey, 2 years and we're done.
Yeah.
And so now he's like, okay, I'm testing you. So where is your faith?